This is Marketing by Seth Godin. Unless you're marketing a super specialized product that could only appeal to a niche audience, you'll probably eventually want to move beyond your initial fan base and then reach the general public where a much larger niche or market awaits. To cross the gap between that fan base and the public, you'll need to perform the final step of effective marketing. Anyone who asks us if we can possibly support their business, we're going to, because we are raving fans. We are all here to support each other's business, but eventually we want to bridge that gap. But first you need to know the nature of the gap that you're trying to span, and it boils down to the difference between the two groups in question. Your fan base consists of adopters, while the general public is primarily composed of adapters. As a result, you become popular with your fan base for the same reason you're unpopular with the public. Remembering that most people don't want to change is an important factor when you're considering your marketing. How do you convince them to let go? How do you build a bridge to them? A very powerful answer lies in a phenomenon called the network effect. It happens when a product or service becomes more valuable as people use it. This sets the stage for a positive feedback loop. As more people use the product or service, it becomes more useful, and that leads to even more people using it, which makes it even more useful, and so forth and so on. Consider the case of Slack, an online collaboration tool, a platform for coworkers. When Slack came on, there were clients of mine, I was doing a lot of business consulting, and they would say, we use Slack, and I really resisted. I was like, I do not need another app in my life. Eventually I had to register if I wanted the consulting money, so I had to be on their Slack. And then I used it for a while. It was great. And then Slack kind of died out because it's another system. But in my view, Slack has kind of had its peak. I don't know how popular it is now. But the point is the network effect got me in.
Yeah, I had the same with LinkedIn. I really resisted being on social media. And one of the groups that I met with through email and some meetings, they said, we're going to set up a LinkedIn group to share information. And I needed to be in that group, which ultimately led me to you.
Absolutely, it did.
Yeah.
So if it wasn't for LinkedIn, we wouldn't know each other. And that's a powerful thing because I resist LinkedIn myself and you resist LinkedIn. And yet the network effects have brought us together. And here we are. And actually, I could say the same thing about Slack. While I personally don't enjoy using any of those sorts of systems, it opened many doors for me that I must be grateful for. So in sum, network effects can help your product go mainstream, and your initial fan base can lead the way. That's where it loops back. Network effects will drag the other people in kicking and screaming.